Hi, welcome to my tube. My name's Marge. I'm a Hilk empath, and I just like having these little talks on the way I feel about things. And today I feel pretty good. Yeah, I do. I feel, I feel good. I slept good. My energy field is charged. Marge is charged. I'm ready to go. You know, whatever, any damage I did to any cells yesterday, you know, anything that I did to to diminish my spirit, my mind, my body, my spirit overnight has been replenished, and that's how it's supposed to work. We can live a lot longer than 80, 90, 100 years old, People I ain't big on organized religion. I just take little bits and pieces of this and that and put it together like an esoteric Sherlock. PK is a good movie, does that. I love that movie. I think I'm gonna see if I can't find it today. Go watch PK. There's subtitles, it don't matter, man. It's so good. You don't even know you're reading. Maybe you'll pick up another language or two. Open your mind to the possibilities of how the world and things are, can be, opposed to what they told you it was. Because people like me, empaths like me, we read energy and everybody, we just know everything they say is crap anyway. So, anyway, I've had a pretty good synchronistic day today, this morning. I've been listening to old interviews. I can tell a lot about people, and the farther back you can go, you can see how how they either progressed and advanced, evolved. Their evolution is more into spirit or more from ego, from a low vibrational source. Their heart beats lower, their peaks are less, and their dips are more. When you look at the EKG. So once they get to the point that their spirit is just this little voice, this little weak voice that they just say shut up, and they lock it away and ignore it, That's where your conscience is. That's where the discipline is. People that void their spirit, they have no discipline, and they just do what they want when they want, and it's all at the expense of others. Where's the humanity in that? Well, there is none, and the world is evolving into this place that's been very egocentric and very, very, very driven by things that aren't even tangible nor real. The whole economic system is a made-up system just because someone has a belief that people are not all the same. That based on the color of the skin or where they live or how they talk or the words they use, that they are put in categories that are different than themselves. And to me, that is the lunacy. So the synchronicity. So one of the old talks I saw this morning was freaking Sam Elliott, and I've been a Sam Elliott fan for a long time, and I'm sure he's done, because he's had his battles with alcohol, so I'm sure he's done things that he's less than proud of. And he has his shadow side, The fact is my point is, I have this latitude longitude thing about how people are close in heart space by frequency, and that the people that have crossed paths latitude and longitudinally are meant to be. They're your same freak tribe. And come to find out today, I've been a fan of Sam Elliott. Mom just was starting to get up and around, and I gotta be mindful of my energy, because she don't wake up so good, because her spirit flies high in her night shift, so it takes her a while to get anchored back into her soul sack. And I've been up for a while, and I'm all excited, and I'm just like, I can be like blah 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 blah, and I'm just oh so too much. So I try and give her a little while to wake up before it's one of the reasons why I do these talks, so I can get it out here and don't have to put it all on. She's just like, God, and she don't drink coffee or nothing. She just wants to wake up, turn on her heater, enjoy the fresh air and watch Longmire for a little while. Then I'll go make her some scrambled eggs and put some broccoli in it. She really likes it. So it's going to be an all-day evening here, I think, today in Oregon. So it has been the last 3 days, but it's all right. It's a comfy, cozy. We're about to get that Cancer eclipse, and Cancer in my is my rising sign, and it feels good and warm, and people are stepping into their feelings, and it's becoming more comfortable and less awkward and weird. So come to find, oh, and I like Sam Elliott because a girl I liked, my first crush in high school, she artsy type. She's got a good life now. I still know who we still keep in touch, you know. She's still significant. She was my first crush in high school, for goodness sake. It holds some sort of significance. So, she liked him. So I was like, okay, so girl, see, you know, they like men's men, you know, deep voices, you know. He had a mustache. My father had a mustache like that, you know, and all the ladies like, go Gregor, man. Gregor is just a late, you know, truck driving macho, just you know. And so I knew it, you know, I knew what women like, you know. And I was like, well, I ain't never gonna be that. I'm not a man, but so I was always trying to do the funny card, you know. I always just like, whatever. Never really became a priority to me, relationships and stuff like that. People always said one thing and acted a different way, and I never knew which one. I would always talk to the one of how they felt, and then that freaked people out, because how did I know? And then with my intuitiveness, you know, because I just know stuff, and I'm just like, I was like, well, that's bullshit, and I tell them why, and then they're just like, how does she know? And then they don't want to talk to me anymore, because they can't keep secrets from me. I figure shit out. So it's like, people that keep secrets just don't know me, so my world has become very small. But I do respect privacy and anonymity at the same time. That's what balanced people do. You know, I don't just get pissed off and like put people on blast because I get mad at them, you know. I don't do nothing without a reason. I'm a very deliberate spirit in this human incarnation. Believe that. I do nothing without a reason. So Sam Elliott, she liked him, you know, so I tracked him in his career, and he always did roles that I thought were pretty cool. And I think people choose roles, actors, because I thought about acting at some point. I always dreamed about it, you know, stuff like that. Projecting just aspects of who I am, you know, and the greater the aspects, you know, the more versatile the actor. Rest in peace, Robin Williams, you know, is the broader spectrum they are. I got this for Popeye. That was the first movie that I saw with him that I recall. Because life ain't all love and light, you know. And I was like, and actors pick roles that and so that tells me some of these roles that actors pick, you know, and that's what Hollywood does. It allows these people to play out the darker shadow sides of themselves, you know, in a pretend way. But the reality of it is a lot of this pretend is reality, and they're just letting you know into a world of and dimensions that they are actually parts of, and they just want you to see it. So if people are interested in it, and if they're of that heart space, they'll find the means and go down that path of darkness. But there's more fun in light. There's more fun in light, and that's what people are finding out. So people are changing teams. They're going from dark to light, because they're so it was cool. The latitude and longitude, I found out just today that Sam Elliott was born in Sacramento, California, and Sacramento, California holds a very significant place in my heart to me. You know, I grew up in Redding, California, and that Sacramento is where I left from MEPS to go off into the wild blue yonder in the Air Force for 6 years and set my trajectory onto this path, you know, of where it got me here now, you know. So it has a very significant, and he was, you know, from there, and he's a good solid man, and he always chose those good solid roles, and that led me on to a I don't know, that was just kind of cool. And then there was another synchronicity. Somebody made my comment, said I look like Sia, S-I-A. I don't know if that pronunciation is correct, Sia. I don't know how else you'd say it. Anyway, I don't know what she looks like. I just remember that video Chandelier, so I listened to that. I went down that ant hole today and listened, and so I downloaded it, made it significant now, and then which led me to a song actually called Elastic Heart. Is that what it's called? And that one was even radder. I watched the video of that because I like watching the videos and the interpretation, the artistic interpretation of what they're trying to convey with the song, I think. And I like Shia LaBeouf. I like that kid. There's a kid that skates in the parking lot next to the laundromat that I go to that reminds me of Shia LaBeouf. And he freaking broke his skateboard last week and it freaking sucked. And I was like, man. Anyway, that kid reminds me of him. So it was kind of, first of all, I was like, well, that's interesting. This kid's in this video. And so I started watching the video and I was like, that's kind of what's happening in the world today. You have all these masculine energies in the world that have been fighting for dominance. And they're dancing around fighting for dominance. And the reason why they're fighting is because they're denying their inner child. And worse, they're denying their inner girl child, the inner feminine energies, the loving and kind stuff. They're denying it. And that's what that video, more than anything else, represents to me. Because you can tell, because at the end they play and they wrestle and it's fun and it's not pervy and it's not creepy and it's not gross and it doesn't give you all those weird, funny... It's nothing like that. The video is just freaking beautiful. It's like my new favorite. I'm gonna go watch it again when I'm done here. But so at the end, you know, she's like, well, I can get out of the cage, you know. Kind of reminds me of little Scout on Kill a Mockingbird, who I identified with the first time because I was in that same frequency. And we read these storylines, and there are incarnation where these universes revolve around these stories, and then shared consciousness taps into it, writes it, and then people that identify with it all read it, and then you have all this one frequency of people that all know what I'm talking about when I talk about storylines and To Kill a Mockingbird, and you know, because I've always like stashed things, and Mom's always stashed things. So these are things that are in our spirits that we remember and behaviors we do, and people are starting to do things now, and they're like, "What's going on? Why am I acting this way?" You know, it's like because they've always been a control over their own ship. You know, they've always been told that they have, you know, you control your feelings, you control this, you control this, and that fact is freaking emotions and shit like that you just can't control, and they just fucking come up at the weirdest times. You know, I'll be freaking making scrambled eggs, just be like, I'm so happy that I'm making eggs for Mom, you know. And I've been mad my whole life that it's just kind of weird when you've been angry your whole life to feel good, you know. It's like putting your toe in. You got to make sure the water's okay for it, because it could be boiling too, you know. Might not just be cold, it could be boiling. So people are, I don't know, it's kind of cool. So she in the end of the video, she tried to pull him through, but he had to keep him in his own cage. He kept him in his own cage, and people keep themselves in their own cage by just hating and being angry, just being mad. I can get so freaking mad by just like, because Benny's a brat. Benny's what they call a bully breed, and a bully breed is not a mean, aggressive dog. A bully breed, to me, as my representation of it, as I understand it, and I think different now, y'all, and that is that their will is freaking strong, and they're dicks, and they do what they want. If they don't want to go outside when it's raining, they pee on the floor, and they don't care, you know. And it's like, depending on their, you know, where they come from. Yeah, and I took him to obedience school. First day of class, you know what Benny did? He walked up to the teacher and peed on the teacher's leg. I'm like, oh, this is gonna go good. But he also was the best. He got his little hat for being his little graduate, you know. He was the best in class, you know. And we worked hard, but he's still a dick. And if it ain't his will, he ain't gonna do it. And people that control, and people that train their dogs the best, you guys are the biggest assholes, because it ain't worth it to me to break something else's will. so they do what I want. I'd rather freaking, that's why I want to move someplace and have my own place so I can cut a hole into the side of the wall and put a doggy door and runners. I could live on this side. I'll put runners. I'll do whatever I gotta do to make because I live to make their lives comfortable. My dogs, my mom, everybody I come across. It's what I do. It's what light workers do. I got the ideas. I got the way. To a freaking lighter, more fun planet. I get fired up, I curse. I get fired up, I get excited. I thought all adults did that. I get cursed when I get mad, and I curse when I get happy. So it's hard not to curse. I want to see what's going on. I know there's stuff going on in the talkie room. Sometimes I gotta say what I want to say, and then I can trip out on that. Yeah. Hey, Marge. I am good. I am very good today. I eat coffee. See, coffee. It's like you get to a point things are transcendent. It's like I can't handle a lot of regular coffee. I'll drink it at the laundromat with my friend, But because especially days like this when I drink decaf, But still, just the flavor, it puts me in a vibrational frequency because of all of the positive experience I've always had, and some negative, relating to the flavors of coffee. It's just like, that's why coffee is such a love to so many people. It's a common denominator. It's a data point. I got a lot of data points. That's why I think I can connect with so many people, because I have such a broad, vast of data points from neglect and abuse and poverty to freaking being in cockpits of B-1 bombers that have decimated a lot of stuff. And hopefully transmuting the negative karma related to these things, because I'm just here to report for duty, and when I say duty, I mean duty, and I'm ready for a new flag. I'm ready for a flag with less absence of light and more shades of the color wheel. Because we're all just shades of the same color spectrum, y'all. Matters where your heart space vibes from. That's all that matters. Energy doesn't die. Matter doesn't die. I mean, our soul sacks will expire. Our shell has a shelf life, but our spirits are the container of our incarnations, our data. And I wonder if they figured out if they could put that data into something, so beings can last forever, so that maybe one day I won't have to die, be reborn, and then one day come across my videos and go in some kind of other form and go, that looks familiar to me. Yeah. Because all we are is our browsing history, And they've kept track of every click you've ever done. Make somebody somewhere, there's a print of who you are. And I know that. I've always known that. So and to me, that is my higher power, That is my do the right thing here, Marge. Because even if nobody's watching, I'm watching. Somebody's always watching. I always live that way. I always believe that way. I always, And I always got the consequences, learn the lessons of when I was taught. Like when the basics, stealing. I have stories about when I caught steal. All these things. We're supposed to either grow in spirit or grow in ego. And there's a lot of consequences in growing in ego. There's a lot of lessons to be learned in growing in ego. I wouldn't have gotten to my point of living in my spirit had I not grown through ego. So everybody's got to do what they got to do to get there. I ain't here to judge nobody. I freaking have done it all, and if I ain't done it in this incarnation, I definitely done it in the incarnations past. Huh. Let's see. Where are you? So, are you in Germany? German engineering. Are you? Is that where you're from? Because my last name is Hezig. It derives from Hezig. It is German. Derivative of German. Yeah, Hezig. Hezzig. And which is funny because I've had to, this is all stuff that I'm like, yeah, this is part of me. This is who people in my past have been. But this ain't who I am now. This is why I don't act the way any of them acted. See, and hopefully, and I try and act in a respectable and in an integritous way because I have a nieces that one day when they get old enough and they can watch my videos, because I cuss when I get fired up and they're too young, and I talk about content that is not appropriate for children. Well, it is. It's just not. I want kids to be kids as long as they can be kids. That's what I want for kids. Yeah. I don't want them to ever know that this stuff that exists. And the people that keep it secret don't do it for safety. They keep it so to their advantage. So that's why I talk about it, and that's why this stuff ain't age appropriate for them. So I try to, I've been through a lot of stuff and collected a lot of data and seen a lot of nasty stuff, and I just want to teach people to listen to themselves and trust themselves. That is all. I don't care if you believe me. Don't believe me. Never believe me. I'm a fool. I'm a Heyoka clown. Always go down your own antholes. Always go down look it up yourself. But it's amazing the stuff you find when you do listen to people that you do find you're in alignment with. It's pretty freaking cool, man. It's pretty cool. Life is a wonderful place, and man, don't trust me. I've had my days. I've had weeks. I've had years that I've like, I can't believe that I have to live fucking, excuse my language, like this. I can't believe that I have to live this way. Me, of all people. That's all ego. And that's why I had to live like this. So I would come down to the point zero that, no, Marge, wherever you are, you make it comfortable, you make it light, you make it enjoyable, and then you teach other people that it doesn't matter how low you get, it could still be comfortable, joyful, because, they even, I mean, you can get anything delivered, and people are resourceful, these lights and stuff like that, they can be in tent cities too, and I think I got ideas, man, I got so many ideas. They're far more cost effective than what the powers or be are doing now. I'll get through. I ain't tripping, man. That's the thing about it. I'm always at my frequency. I really recommend the folks, if you're starting to see my tube channel, go back and watch my old videos. I made some playlists. Go back and then do what I did and go to the places that I went and then look in your cities. And look at all the areas of the things that could be defunded. We can have a universal income. The stingy people are just keeping it all themselves. 536 people that collect a minimum of a annual income of $95 million and they complain about us. We pay for your suits. We pay for everything. We pay for all of it with the taxes that are accumulated. They got wasteful with it. And I've been keeping track as I hang out with Mom. And other people have too. So, I mean, if you want to really figure stuff out, there's ways that you can address the algorithms in the ways of justice and fairness. You don't have to necessarily do it to profit. Because there's universal law. That's a lot higher than profits in the third quarter innings, and people are figuring out that they're racking up karma and you can't take it with you. That's about all I got for now. Hope you have a rad day. Peace.